All right, well, everyone, this is another chart that I made. You're gonna have to be friendly with this chart because he's gonna be your best friend. So every time you watch my videos, I'll probably have a chart like this, or I'll be just recording myself, just living life. So this is what I came up with. So as you can see, these are cups, okay, and these are waters that are filling up the cup. So basically, this is I'm just showing you a difference between what most of us think we are and what we truly are. Okay, so this is a cup and the water's filled up to the fullest. So your cup is already filled up, and sometimes, or not sometimes, sometimes we think, most of the times we think that our cup is not filled up, and so we're looking for something outside to fill our cup up. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the charts. So right here, this is how you truly are. You already know that you're filled up. Your cup is filled up with water. So when you're doing something outside, okay, you're basically experiencing something that you already know that you already have it inside of you, okay? And so when you experience things or do things on the outside, you begin to do it naturally because you already know you have it, okay? And vice versa is this. The opposite side is that you see yourself like this, and so you want to do something outside, okay, to put more water or life inside, and you wonder why you're not feeling complete when you experience it. It's because your cup is already filled up. But you see yourself like this, okay, which I experienced before till the past couple months to realizing this truth. So what happens is you're trying to force things, or you're trying to make things happen. It's not naturally, but you're trying to force it, and you kind of have like stress or unrest and peace when you're doing things, okay? So going down to here, when you see yourself like this right here, not complete, you're always going to depend on something outside to fill your cup up, all right? And when you experience those things outside momentarily, it feels good, but it goes away. And then when it goes away, you feel empty. But you thought that for some reason that it would actually make you feel complete. But in reality, this is the truth. You're already filled up. Okay? So basically, you want to experience something outside for you to feel complete when you see yourself half full. Okay? So you're experiencing, like, let's say you try to put water into your cup, right? And when you pour water, it's not going inside, it's just bouncing off, and you're experiencing outside your hand. This is a hand. Yes, it is. Okay, and so when you know how you truly are, so when you see yourself complete and your cup already filled up, when you experience things outside and like water is being poured in, actually just bounces off and you experience it outside because you already know that you have it inside. Okay, that's why I can never fill your cup up, because you already know that your cup is already filled. So what you experience on the outside is just a reflection of what you have inside. You know that, okay? And that's why, like, for instance, that's why your body experience movements, or it dances when you hear music, because music is already in you. For instance, whoever created that song or that music actually has the same water that you're filled up with. They're already filled up with the Spirit of God, okay? So that's why when you hear people's music and you feel connected with it and your body dances, it's because it's already inside of you, okay? And that person just created that on the outside because it came from within them, for example, with the music, okay? So when you go back to here where you see your cup not filled up, you don't see yourself complete. When you see yourself empty or half filled, you always are searching for something outside to fill your cup, to feel complete, okay? So what you feel is you feel unrest when you see yourself not complete. You don't feel like you have peace, okay? You feel depressed, and when you do have good experience, you do feel good at that very moment. But when nothing's happening around you or anything good happening around you, you begin to have that void come back again inside of you, okay? Vice versa, when you see yourself complete, or you know this truth that your cup is already filled up, okay? When you see yourself complete, all right, you are actually beginning to live the present moment at this very time, okay? You're not waiting for something, okay? So you feel restful, peaceful, and happy, even when nothing's happening around you, okay? And you're not waiting for some kind of big events. to feel good or something, or to feel happy or complete, because you are filled up. Your cup is already filled up, okay? So whatever you're experiencing outside is just a reflection of what you have on the inside, okay? So people are trying to fill their cup up when they don't realize that their cup is already filled, okay? And that's a problem, that we're always feeling not complete when we're doing something outside, thinking that it will complete us. For instance, let's say that you became very famous, okay? And you realize that when you became famous, you feel like you're still missing something. And what you're missing, you're actually missing yourself. You didn't realize that you were already famous. And you saw that famous happening on the outside, wondering why it's not filling me up, because you see yourself like this in the beginning, and so you did something outside for you to feel, so you could feel famous inside, but you realize that thing outside was really a reflection of who you are inside, but you compare that outside and you wonder why you didn't feel complete, because you're filling a cup that's already filled up, okay? So, like yesterday, my friend came over and we were talking about this, and then he's getting to that point of realizing what this truth is, okay? He's starting to experiencing more of the true life that he is, and he asked he asked me, how come I don't see myself complete, okay? And I told him this. I said, because I had to go through this myself, okay? So how come? Because when you're experiencing something bad in life or something outside, you identify it as you. So when something bad happens to you, like someone, abused you or did something wrong to you, in your past, someone abandoned you, or someone cheated you or something like that. That experience outside, you identify it as you. You saw that as you. So okay, that happened to me. That's me, a half-filled cup. So which made you feel empty, okay? For instance, like when bad experiencing happened to you, for some reason you start to see yourself like somehow the water, someone took that water out of your cup, and you identify that bad experience, okay, as you. So whatever bad happened on the outside, you got to begin seeing your cup filled up at that very moment. So the time that you were suffering or abandoned, or like you had that bad experience that really did something wrong to you, you got to reimagine that very moment that your cup was filled, and you got to see God inside of you fully, and that you weren't alone at that very moment, okay? That whatever you felt, he felt, okay? If someone did something wrong to you, you got to see yourself not alone at that very moment. That feeling that you had, that you felt alone, you can't feel that, like thinking that you were alone at that very moment. Because if you do, you're always going to see your cup like this, okay? You're going to see yourself like this, identify yourself not complete, okay? But when you come to this truth and you begin to see yourself full, or someone says, how do I see myself full? How do you see yourself full? Know that when you were born, that's when God filled your cup up. That very moment that you had breath, to this day, is all the time your cup was filled up to the max, okay? Your water was filled up completely. If it weren't so, you wouldn't be breathing, okay? If you were breathing those bad experiences in your past experience, if you were breathing, it means that God was in you at that very moment. If it weren't so, you wouldn't be living at that very moment, okay? But the fact that you were living at that moment, he was inside you, and your cup was already filled up with water, okay? And you got to realize, okay, the reason you're living is because God is living inside of you. You begin to not feel alone. You begin to feel full and complete, and you feel comforted with love, because you feel like he's inside of you. Your cup is already filled up with water, and that you feel complete like this right here. Now you just want to experience life, and you're not depending on things outside, okay? You already have it inside, so you're just experiencing the true you now. Now you begin to experiencing the things that you love doing, okay? If you see yourself like this, okay, you're going to always look for something outside, and it's not going to be your true identity. Because you're always going to look at people, oh, that stuff happened to them, and they experienced their life changed, or you're always going to look at somebody that did something outside, and then you're going to try it as well too. And when you try it, it's not going to even work for you because you're not being true to yourself. Okay? You got to be true to yourself and see that yourself is already complete. Because if you're always looking for something outside, okay, and you think your cup is half filled up like that, you're always going to look at yourself in doubt. Like you see yourself, you don't see that you're fully existing. You see, like you're thinking that half of you is actually living. That's why when you realize that you're filled up right here, you begin to live your full life, like the true you. You begin to live the true you, okay? Because you see that you're everything that you want, you already have, and everything you experience outside is a reflection of what you have inside. You feel rich. You feel full of joy. You feel complete. You feel like you're the most famous person in the world. You feel like you're one with God, okay? When you see your cup like this, you don't feel complete. You're always looking for something outside, and then you're always trying to figure something out in life. Like you know that something's missing in life when you see yourself like that. And the reason why you feel like something's missing in life is because you're seeing yourself half empty. And what you're actually missing is really opening up your eyes and seeing the true you. That's what you're missing, the true you, okay? So I hope you really, meditate on this, because this is truth. The fact that you are reading or watching this video, okay, and listening to me is a sure sign that your cup is filled up. If it weren't so, you would not be breathing at this very moment, living at this very moment. You are alive. Every movement you are doing is full of life. It's funny because our body is made up of 70% water. Think about that. If you see that's why you're full of life, okay? You're full of life. When you drink water, you're not drinking water so that you can have more water in you. You're drinking water to experience more life of what you already have inside of you. It's a reflection on the outside, okay? That's why when something bad happens to you, okay, you reflect that on the inside thinking that's you. That's why you can't be dependent on experience outside. Experience is just a reflection. You got to see yourself complete. Because when you see yourself complete, you're going to start experiencing everything on the inside. And then you're going to realize that, man, like this is who you truly are right there. Because you begin to feel your emotions, your mind is going to be filled up with so much truth and so much life. It's like you feel like you're just connected with life. And you're not missing anything in life. And so what you're doing from that point on is you're going to begin to live life. You're not waiting for life to happen.